What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a complete setup guide for Xemu. Now, first off, all the setup files you'll find will be in a link to my Gilded server. You'll find that in the description. You click it, you can join as a guest. You don't actually have to create an account, and you'll find it in the Xemu setup files channel. It'll be all laid out there for you, ready to go. You just grab whatever you need, and that's it. If you need support for this, you can head to the Xemu Discord. It's available right here in this link. Just don't mention my video or me. Now, with that out of the way, now that you know where to find the files, we're going to hit the download button. And that's going to grab us what we need, which is a release version. This is all that you get when downloading from here. I'm going to mention again, the setup files and everything else are going to be available in my Gilded server. Okay? Now that we have this wonderful little thing, we're going to exit out of there, and I have everything set up ready to go. Everything that's going to be covered in this guide is simple. Converting a dump of your game that you got from your hard drive in your Xbox to an ISO that boots in the emulator. And making a redump work from unplayable to be playable. But to do this first, we need to set up Xemu. Now, when you first open the program, what you're going to see is this right here. Just hit run anyway, and it's going to pop up on your main monitor. When I record, mine is set to my other 1080p monitor. We're going to click settings, and here we're going to select the cxbx boot ROM. And that one, go to desktop, will be found. This is what the file looks like. Do not confuse these two. This is a BIOS. This is a boot ROM. This is a BIOS. This is a boot ROM. This says MCPX. Okay? Just like this does. Many people get this confused and things don't end up working. Select that. Now we're going to grab the flash ROM. That's this thing. It says Complex 4627. Hard disk. You'll find a link to download that in the description, a clean one. Mine is about 2.8 gigs. I'm going to do that. And the EEPROM, do not touch this. It automatically generates. Don't click it, don't change it, don't do anything with it. It just works. Now, we're going to go over a few things. You will get automatic updates. You will cache shaders to disk. You can skip startup animation and set a screenshot output directory. Your input will automatically be handled and auto bind for you. I'm not sure if you can bind controllers yet manually, but if not, or if so, you should be able to do it here. Display is going to handle your resolution, so there's your internal resolution. The higher this goes, the better the game will look. Full screen on startup, your window size. Like if I wanted it to be 1440p, I'd select 1440p, but I just leave it at this. Turning VSync on or off, it doesn't work for all games. Interface is pretty self-explanatory. There's animations and stuff. Display mode, scale. Audio, leave as is. Networking, we're not going over networking today. And other than this, this allows you to set HD resolutions. So just keep that as is. Now, I'm going to pin this to my taskbar. So now that we're done setting up, we close it, we open it back up, and this is what you're going to be greeted with. And because I have the Xbox dashboard installed, this is what I have. Okay? You're not going to have this. Setting this up is a completely different type of beast, and requires a disk that I don't think no longer works. So I'm going to show you what internal resolution scaling does. I hope you notice the difference. Let's do this again, okay? We're going to go to widescreen. We'll go to 1. Look how blurry it is. And then we're going to go to 10. Okay? For settings, if you want your games to be in HD, you would head into video, and I would turn this on. Then I would hand it into video mode. And we turn this on. And that's it. Which button do I... Trying to figure out how to go back. Is it just backspace? It is. Okay, there we go. Anyway, that's what internal resolution scaling does. So next, we're going to be converting a dump from your... a dump of a game from your hard drive to an ISO that boots in here. You'll find a link to all the tools that you need on the Guild server. The tool we're going to be using for this job is called Quix. And this is what it looks like. We're going to hit Create ISO, and we're going to select our local folder. So I have this on my desktop inside of here and here. We're using Nightfire. Now let me explain how this works, because you can create a bad dump. So the folder you want to turn into a disk will have the XBE in it. So there's two of them here. So this is the folder we want to turn into the ISO. Now, if we click here, that's the one, because we both know those two folders exist. So hitting OK, create ISO, we can end up saving it wherever we want. Now for this demonstration's purpose, I'm going to be saving this in ISO. Once I hit save, it's done, and that covers that portion. You can do this again and again for all of your dumps from your hard drive on your original Xbox. Or if you got them from archive.org, you'll find a whole list of HDD dumps on archive.org, and I'll link directly to those in my Guild server. They'll be encoded in base64. And I'll be showing you how to decode links in base64 near the end of the video. Anyway, we're done with this tool. Let's move on to redumps. So a redump is a 1-to-1 copy of the disk that, you know, you basically put it in, do a copy of it, you end up getting a DVD sized image, which is 7.6 gigs or sometimes larger. Now you need to run a certain command to be able to convert this to make this work, and to use that command you need a program called DD. It will also be linked, don't worry. I don't like using these because they are absolutely massive, but if this is all that you can find, and if it is, you didn't pay attention to the video, I still want you to be able to use it. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to hold shift and right click. Oh, I just have to right click. Okay. From playable to playable. And if I hit... Okay, cool. There you go. There's the program. It works. So we're going to go grab that command, and then we're going to be inputting it, and I'm going to show you how it works. So this is the command. It's an example. But what we're going to do is we're going to rename our game. Okay? We're going to just call this 007 Nightfire. That's it. And when we do this, that means our target game is now called 007 Nightfire. And that's it. Now the output, we're going to call this 007 Nightfire X ISO. Okay? That way you can tell the difference between the two files. An XISO is an Xbox ISO. It's compatible now. So if we hit enter, I forgot to initiate the command by adding this. It's a simple mistake that I always do. So /DD and then the rest of it. Oh, it's got an error on the input file. So what did I mess up? I see what I messed up. And go. So if it's doing this, you know it's working. And it should only take a couple minutes at most, or less. All it has to do is change a certain amount of bytes, and it's done. That's it. So now when we go to open Xemu, and we go to load disk, we should be able to head into here, and select the proper one, hit reset, and the game should just boot up and work. Just like that. Now, you saw it only took a few seconds. There you go. If it's taking longer, you might have messed up the command. And with that, we're going to move on to the next part, which is optimization for the best performance. Now, this only applies to Nvidia users. You're going to go into the Nvidia control panel. And here it is. You're going to go to Manage 3D Settings, Program Settings. You're going to add a program, and you'll see this is the Xemu original Xbox emulator. You're going to double click. Go down to the bottom, find Threaded Optimization, turn it off. Okay. And for OpenGL rendering GPU, set it to your actual 3070 or whatever you have. Hit apply. And that's it. That should give you better performance. So if we go in, I'm obviously going to have good performance because this game is super easy to run. I don't know how to fire. I'm trying to fire. It's not going to work because I don't have my controller plugged in. But that's the performance of running now. How do I, can I just backspace? Or what do I do? Then we're going to go up and enter. You can see this is the FPS we're running. Now this is with threaded optimization on. Hopefully I'll be able to show what it looks like properly. Let's reset so we can just jump right into the game. Challenge everything. I love that. I miss the old logo. And we're going to try to jump into game here real quick. Okay, enter. And hopefully this will be a little bit better. Which button is to fire with the keyboard? Got it. Cutscenes are really janky in this game. And we're running at 10x resolution, by the way. So if we go to 1x... No, this is just the frame rate the game runs at. Anyway, with that, we've come to the end of the video. So I've shown you how to set up the emulator. I've shown you how to convert HDD dumps to ISOs that work in the emulator. I've shown you how to take redumps, one-to-one disk images, and convert them to run in the emulator. And I've shown you how to optimize. This is the one and only option you need to use to be able to run the emulator faster. And with that, I don't know. Maybe I need to hook up my controller and we need to add some gameplay at the end.
What? Look, Sonny, keep my wife's at home with her, but a man should be in time. Tell you what, if you... Just don't tell my... Oh, go on, shoot! I love you more than any of the others, my little honeypot.
Do you really, really love me? There he goes again.
Get your miss...
Where's that filthy layabout husband? With some... I run his house. If you find him, let me know. You have? Right, thank you, young. Wait till I get my hands on that pig! Isn't he just adorable?
You're the most beautiful...
You filthy swine! I ought to chop them right off! Don't insult me anymore! My mother was right about you!
We were rehearsing a play. Yeah, that's all it was.
Well, if you think I'm going to cook and clean for you while you're out having a good time with your strumpet, you've got another thing coming!
Some games, like this one, used to run at 60 FPS, believe it or not. And now, it barely runs at 20. Oh, there's 22, but it's a certain direction. So if we go out here, it looks better. If we just tear down in the depths of hell, like that, we can get it to almost a 30. But this game is supposed to run at 60 FPS. Due to regressions, it no longer does. And the main developer doesn't seem to care the fact that he broke it or a need or want to fix it. Xemu is known to have many regressions and little to no want to be able to fix them, unfortunately. In the GitHub issue, it shows which build works for 60 FPS, it shows what the regressions are, and that's about it. This has been going on for a year now, maybe? So don't expect the games that say they're fully working or perfect to be fully working or perfect anymore. This emulator is ups and downs. Just trying to tell you how it is, okay? So while we're here, looking at G-Man, I need to explain what the EEPROM does and why you're not supposed to touch it. That is basically your encryption for your saves. If you change the EEPROM, your saves will show up as damaged or corrupt because they're encoded. They're pretty much encrypted saves, so they cannot be taken from one person's machine and used on another. You can't share saves. It doesn't work like that. You have to play the game from start to finish type thing. And that's how that pretty much goes. I know it sucks to hear that, but it's just part of the reality of this emulator. Anyway, let's jump to some Half-Life 2. This is a very hard game to run, so I hope you enjoy the gameplay.
Well, I didn't see you get on. End of the line.
Welcome. Welcome to City 17. You have chosen or been chosen to
Stop it. It's all I have left.
Were you the only ones on that train?
All right, I'm moving. Jeez.
17 that I elected to establish my administration here in the citadel so thoughtfully provided by our benefactors. I've been proud to call City 17 my home. And so, whether you are here to stay or passing through on your way to parts unknown, welcome to City 17. It's safer here.
and see you get on. Well, end of the line.
Welcome.
This stuff, it's all I have left. All right, I'm moving.
Are you the only ones on that train?
I thought so much of the city that I elected to establish my administration here in the citadel so thoughtfully provided by our benefits. I've been proud to call City 17 my home. And so, whether you are here today or passing through on your way to Portsmouth, welcome.
It's full, no one. Dr. Green again. This must be a mistake. I got a standard relocation coupon just like everybody else.
I'm gonna need me some privacy for this.
About that beer I owed you. It's me, Gordon, Barney from Black Mesa. Hey, sorry for the scare. I had to put on a show for the cameras. I've been working undercover with Civil Protective.
Now, I'm going to teach you how to decode a base 64 link. And this is actually very simple. We head to base64encode.org or decode.org. It's up to you, because if you select decode, it goes to decode, and encode goes to encode. So I'm going to teach you what an encoded link looks like. So this is it right here. And we zoom in, go down here. It's just a weird, scrubbly bunch of numbers and letters combined together. And I know this might be a little weird to people, but this is actually an encoded link. As you can see, it took this and encoded it to this. Okay? Now, if we go to decode and we take what we just had and hit paste and hit decode, it turns it back into a downloadable link. That is how you use base64. And why is this important? Well, this is what you need to download all the files that were mentioned in the beginning of the video. And that's it. You guys have successfully set up Xemu. You have games running, hopefully. You've converted redumps to ISOs, to XISOs, HDD images to ISOs, all sorts of stuff. Hopefully you've learned as much about this program as possible, even how to optimize for Nvidia users. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, and that's it.